Welcome back to this two-part series, and we are going to go back into the studio for the bit you've been waiting for. And we're back in the room.
Yes.
There we go. So, okay guys, so we just had a bit of a quick swap round. So tell us about this Fret King, Rafael. So we can obviously see it's based on the S-type, the Strat type guitar, so...
This is what happens when someone says, I want it all. I want it now. So, locking tuners, this one with the pins on the back, staggered.
Yeah.
So the three highest are lower than the three lowest. So there is no string tree with the flat design. I forgot to say earlier, both these guitars are made in India.
Yep.
Which is not a very common place for high quality guitars.
Yeah.
Again, 43mm Graphtec nuts, 10-inch radius, 25.5-inch scale, rosewood fretboards, and as you can see, it's a proper slab of
I can see the actual frets. They look really nicely finished, and the sort of fret edges look. Yeah, I can just see that in the light, guys. It looks really good.
The Purloin's fret markers, if it's relevant to anyone, it is an S-type, but for example, compared to your Strats, or you also have a Strat in your hands, you'll notice that this has an arch shoulder around.
Yeah.
It's more almost like a Super Strat in that regard. Bakelite pickguards again, and then we get to the pickups, and this is where the magic happens, but also some of the confusion. So this is a stacked P90.
Yeah.
Single coil, normal, and then a splittable humbucker. They all have fancy names,
Yeah.
but I don't remember because, again, I do not work for Fret King.
Yeah,
I just want to restate this. I have no actions. I'm not a Lee Anderton of Fret King, Ghost Investor, anything of that. The only mod that I've done to this guitar is I've put this bridge, which is also a Wilkinson. It also features the same staggered thick block that the original one had. It sort of helps with intonation or tension or both.
Yeah.
I don't know. They say there are studies, scientific research papers that you can look into, but I don't know. It just made it look a bit more modern with everything because it originally came with the traditional Fender looking one.
I think just talking about the trem on that at the minute, big brands use those, like Sir on the Pete Thorne Signature Series guitars. The big advocates of using Wilkinson sort of hardware, and you know, they speak for themselves. Things have evolved over the years into what they have become. So yeah, some serious sort of goings on this guitar, as I can see.
Candy apple red.
Yeah.
That I don't know if you like it.
I do. I've got a Firebird in. Yeah, it's a slightly darker,
different shade, isn't it? But
yeah.
Maybe I should put cool hardware in another.
That's it. Yeah.
It has a 5-way switch, and then the second tone knob is to split the neck and the bridge.
Yeah.
And the first tone knob is to add the neck pickup to position 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And something that I forgot to tell you earlier, the bridge tone knob is this one.
Yes.
And this is neck and middle, because you use the bridge tone more regularly than the neck and middle.
Ah, right. So they've been flipped around compared to your normal Strat kind of. Yes.
Exactly.
That would confuse me at the start until I've got used to it, I think. But yeah, I can see sense in that.
I think this was based on the Jeff Whitehorn from Procol Harum. Guitarist. I watched the interview on Lee Anderton's, and you can find more about this guitar as well on my channel of the video that just came out today.
Excellent. We'll stick some links to Rafael's channel in the description below. In fact, it might be on the screen right about now.
Whee! Because these are the sort of choices, like the sort of pickups that you have, how it's wired, the things that are doing, that the player would come up with. I believe it's mods that have been popularized in bedrooms all over the world.
Yeah.
For example, even small things like it has the either walnut or rosewood truss rods whole cover instead of being
I can
plastic.
see that, yeah.
Or just nothing. Sometimes there's nothing, and someone had the work to do that. You know, I think it's a really nice guitar. It's not a Strat though, so there's always that going for it.
I can see there's a lot of Telecaster in this bottom edge round here. It's all flat, right angle, square. We've got the Telecaster sort of style jack point there, the jack plug. It's obviously what, again, someone's interpretation of what they think is the ultimate guitar for what they need. It looks great from here, it really does.
The way that I think about this guitar is as two guitars.
Yeah.
Okay? So you have full-on bridge and humbucker. So you can have from neck to bridge, or add the two. So it's like a Les Paul with a P90 and a humbucker. Okay? We ignore this pickup completely. Or you split it and you think of it as a Strat.
Yes.
So then you have all the sounds and everything.
You've got the versatility of everything, really.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Because sometimes P90 and humbucker sounds don't really work well when on positions 4 and 2. For example, a lot of people is like, oh, then there's a drop in sound. Not that I particularly could hear it, but shall I play it a little bit more to impress myself?
Yeah, go for it. So if you want to, guys, we've got a full pedal board here. We've got a chorus, we've got delays, we've got reverbs, we've got univibes, we've got blues drivers, we've got compression, got whatever you fancy really. But if you want to just have a run through, those sort of ambient tones before with the reverb did sound quite nice.
So if you go P90 on the neck first, and you go.
That sounds really nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And then that split would have been.
That sounds a lot cleaner, doesn't it? A lot more bell-like. Yeah.
There's a clear difference, doesn't it? And then neck and middle, there's. Just middle.
Yeah.
Bridge and thing. And even just bridge by itself. And if you take off the reverb, just check the delay. Obviously, this guitar has loads of different combinations, even more.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, I'm just hearing lovely, rich tones. So do you just want to play a few little bits with no effects on?
Okay.
We've just got a little bit of reverb on the amp, guys, but that's about it. So.
Wait, I'm on the neck pickup. What am I doing? This is just the middle would be.
Yeah.
Just the bridge.
Yeah. That does sound nice. I like that.
Would you like to give it a go then?
Yeah, let's have a go. So I shall do a quick swap over. There we go. Try that.
I was going to say it's lighter, but it's not much light, is it?
I'm not sure how heavy that is. To be honest, but it's that has to be one of the that's done loads of gigs as you can see that it's all rusty and it's all
marks.
It's getting marked and stuff.
Not from factory.
Not from factory. That's organic.
Rust.
See, we've got rust going on. Right. First thing I've noticed so far is the action's a bit higher. Okay. There's a bit more net relief than compared to your T-type. Is it the same radius fretboard?
Yes, it is.
So it's 10 inch? 10 inch radius? Right, okay. So.
But I think the nut was a bit to cut.
Yeah.
So I was messing around with truss rods, and it might have been it's at that height because I didn't want it to buzz out. So I don't know if that was from factory or if it was a shop that set it up. But it's important to say that, especially because the nut is like 15 quid.
Yeah.
Shipped to you, and then you need to cut it properly and everything. But
yeah.
in the guitars with trem, I always struggle to have the action as low as without trem.
Yeah. It's a really nice, it's got a nice weight to it, lovely feel. We'll try the same bits of stuff we're doing before.
Completely out of trem. Is that neck or bridge?
We're on neck at the minute, yeah. Right, we're on bridge now. I like that.
It's like a cutting bridge, isn't it?
It's nice that. I'm just going to go to the fourth position, just back it off on the volume. I like it. I really like it. So we've done the neck, we've done the bridge. Just do the middle position. I think that sounds really nice.
You're gonna try it split. It's at the second tone. Click. It's push as well. This it's not push. So that's to add the neck pickup, and the other one is to split.
Right, that's right. So I'm expecting a bit of a clean up on tone here now. And I have to remember that the tone controls are the opposite way around to the normal Strat. So yeah, which is a bit confusing.
How'd you find the neck shape?
I like it. I think it's got a little bit of neck relief in it, and I think that could possibly bit of adjustment on the truss rod, possibly.
Well, the cases have the truss rod keys.
Yeah, I prefer the feel of the T style,
right.
So I do prefer that. Do you want to have a go with that and see how that compares to this? If I give you the lead, so if you have a go with that, that's it, that battered black Strat. Look at it sat here, it's tarnished, it's weathered.
Did the DiMarzio come stock, or did you?
Yeah, that's the unique thing about that. It's what's called the American Vintage Reissue Hot Rod, which is a factory modded guitar by Fender. There's no coil taps, no nothing on it, but it comes standard with a 9.5-inch radius fretboard, a stacked DiMarzio humbucker, and there's another thing I can't possibly think of at the moment in time, but they're the key bits. So it's the only bit I have modded is putting the black scratch plate on for obvious reasons.
Obviously.
Yeah.
What's the point of having a black Strat if you're not going to do that? Might as well be Eric Clapton, and we don't want that. I'm saying that. So what I was playing earlier was more something like...
Yeah, some nice ambient stuff, yeah.
It's lower output, obviously, than the pickups on that guitar,
Yeah.
because even the middle pickup is a hotter middle pickup to
Yeah.
sort of balance out the P90 and the humbucker.
Yeah. So, what are your sort of first impressions between playing the Fret King and an American Vintage Reissue from Fenders? What are your first thoughts?
It's like the similarities ends at the shape from 6 feet away.
Yeah, yeah,
Because this one has lower frets,
yeah,
gloss neck, widely different sounding pickups,
yeah,
and it's a Strat through and through, right? So it's very much a present state of sound. It's very nice. Obviously, it's set up for you. I think I prefer higher action.
yeah, yeah,
Maybe because I'm not playing as delicate things
Yeah, yeah.
or as proper things.
yeah, yeah,
But so, for example, I like neck pickup.
So can I just have
Yes,
a quick
no.
go on that? Let's have a quick. Now that I've had a bit of a do on the Fret King, it's just to reacquaint myself with it with the black Strat. Now this is a guitar that I know very well.
Also, this one has 5 strings in the.
Oh, 5 springs in the back.
Yes,
Yeah.
5 springs in the back. So
Yeah.
it will feel harder than yours.
Right, with you. Yeah. So I've took mine. Yeah, I've took mine down to 3. Yeah. So. Yeah. What I'm feeling is obviously I'm familiar with this, guys. That feels great. I think for me, I'll just do a little bit of a setup on it ever so slightly. I prefer out of the two. If I had a choice between the two, I would have the T-type.
Country Squire,
Yeah,
passwords.
that's it. Yeah,
The Fret King, Country
the one.
Squire, Music Roll.
Yeah.
You can use it with like capital letters and the number at the end. It's a great password.
yeah.
I don't try to get in my bank with that.
Okay, so we're looking at sort of price points now. I have to say, I'm really impressed with these Fret Kings, guys. I really like them. They play well, they sound great. And for me, I like the unique image that they present. They're not an exact copy of what Fender or whoever produces. It's their own take, their own spin on perhaps the black guitar that you've just heard me playing, my Telecaster. So again, what would the price point be for this red one?
As it's the same, it's around 650 as well.
About 650. So, and that is remarkable value, guys. You know, just to get you going, getting you out there. I know that there's professional touring musicians who are going out and playing guitars in this price point, which I'll do a bit of a feature on in the future. And yeah.
There's just one thing that I failed to mention in the beginning is Fret King used to have a UK-based workshop.
Yeah.
So they had different labels like green label, black label, blue label, and one of them, well, this label, they had a range that was UK handmade guitars.
Yeah.
And they were made in part by Mike Smith, that has Mike Smith guitars, and it's still a shop in Southport. So you might be able to find a UK-made guitar for less than £1,000 sometimes in the used market.
I think Mike Smith made a Telecaster replica of one that was used in Status Quo years ago.
It does both.
Yeah.
For them, I think.
That's it. And I think he made it for James Cole of the Classic Rock Show.
Oh, right.
I think he did. I might be wrong, but that does sort of come to mind.
It does,
Yeah.
because I've sent your interview clip to Mike Smith, And he appreciated it.
Did he? Ah, right, yeah, yeah.
Now that you mentioned it,
Yeah,
clicked
yeah.
in my mind because I saw it and it's like, oh, he has a Facebook page. I'm just gonna send it, and it's like, oh, like that's cool.
Excellent, that's fantastic. Okay, so can I do a little bit of a play out on that red one? I'm going to do some ambient tones like you've just done. So just do another quick sort of swap over. So there we go. Right, so I'm going to go through some ambient tones.
It allows for those of us that want to have a bit of everything, it allows to have a lot of different sounds in a small space. But if you want to have a Strat and this, there's not as much overlap as one might think initially when looking at it, probably.
It's just a nice guitar.
Very Pink Floydish.
I like that. I like that a lot. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for watching. Thanks to Rafael, Fret King versus Fender. Stay tuned for the next edition of Gigs and Guitars, and we'll see you then. Goodbye!